Hello everyone, this is my 1987 four-wheel drive Toyota van LE, and if you've watched my channel you've probably seen me working on this a lot, but also I'm about to put this up for sale, so I might not have it very much longer, so I thought I'd just do a little video kind of showing off all of its features, what I've done to it, just in case somebody wants to buy it, or if one of you are working on one of these and you're trying to convert it into a camper van and you want some ideas of what you can do. So I'll start off just by kind of talking about it in general. Like I said, it's an 87 Toyota van. It's not a Previa, it's not a Hiace, it's just called a van. So if you're ever looking for parts for it, it's just called that. Sometimes it's called a van wagon. And I'll just show you up here, this dashboard right here. All of these get cracked. I've never seen one of these that are this old that has a perfect intact dashboard. So I reupholstered it with this felt because it's just cracked under there. I also added some Bondo under there to kind of smooth it out from the cracks. And speaking of reupholstery, you're gonna see a lot of this black fabric. I just popped all of these panels off and used spray adhesive, and I watched a bunch of videos on how to reupholster. So you'll see a lot of that over there and down there. This carpet was grody. I took it out and pressure washed it and dyed it kind of a darker color because it was kind of old. This something you can't see, but under the seat in the engine compartment, I added a heat soak fix fan, and you can watch my video on how I installed that, but basically it fixes the problem of heat soak. This is button right here, and if you press it a few times to reset the timer, one more, there it goes, you can hear the fan just started. That will use the auxiliary battery power to keep blowing air through the radiator after the van is stopped, and that fixes the heat soak problem. Also, I took this off and cleaned it up and painted it. This was all cracked, so I crocheted my own. There's new seat covers, brand new Bluetooth stereo, easy to install. So that's all the upfront cosmetic stuff, I believe. Let's go into the back. Oh, hey, hi, you can see me in my reflection. So I tore up the whole carpet and redid everything. It's kind of dirty. You can see the old carpet underneath. But here's this cool kind of purpley shag carpet that I put in. And you can also see all of this black. Everything that's black in here is the reupholstery that I did. I'll even close the door and show you. Just the door panels and these and all the way up. These are all redone. And let's see, what else? Let's talk about the bed. So the bed is a seat. It's made of two. It took me a long time to figure out how to actually build this, so maybe I'll show you how it works. So this is a 3-inch memory foam mattress. I built the mattress cover for it myself because I like plaid and bright colors. So it's two sections. This section you see right here lifts up. It's completely separate from the bottom section, which is the drawers that I'll show you in the back. It has two legs right there, and I'll actually just move. There's like milk crate storage under here. I also have my bow for archery. This entire section lifts up, and there's this peg right here, and this bar, and that peg, if you can see underneath, that peg slides right into that bar, and that's what keeps it from moving while you're driving. If you want to pull it out into a full bed, if you can see back here on the liftable board, there are these holes on each corner. And if you look at the bottom, there's a dowel right there. So what you do is you lift and pull this entire thing forward. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that without moving my milk crates out. Let's see. Now I gotta move the milk crates. Or I'll actually shove them underneath where they fit. So then I'll take the mattress off so you can kind of see how it all connects. You can see that dowel right there. Just slide the dowel into the hole. Do it on the other side. It'll slide in nicely, and then you just put the mattress back on. Sorry, this is a terrible camera angle. This video you must be getting seasick from this video right now. I'm just throwing it everywhere. But there you go. You can see there's a full bed. You can have a nice evening on. Pretty comfy. I might add another mattress if you want to like spend some serious time maybe living in here, but the memory foam's good for now for me. Moving on to the control panel, here's my power system, and I'll show you up top first. I have a 1,000 watt high efficiency solar panel that gives a full charge even on a cloudy Washington day like today. You can see right now that it's charging the auxiliary battery at 2.15 volts. Let's see what this one says, 2.13. So that's because this is drawing the power from the auxiliary battery, the power from the fan that I just turned on. Looks like we're at 54% battery. That number is going to jump up once the fan turns off. It's always kind of like that. So to kind of explain the power system, actually, I'm going to put my bed back here real quick. There you go. That's how easy that is. So I have an auxiliary battery back here, right there. It's a deep cell marine battery, and that wires come from, so it starts, let's say the starter battery is under the floor right here. From that battery, there is what's called a voltage sensitive relay. I can put the link in the description if you like. And that comes off of the battery and charges the second battery, but only when this battery has enough charge. And it's a one-way relay. So I can run this, I can run my lights that I have right here I just turned on, you can see. I can run the fan, I can plug anything into here or my USB ports. I can run that all night. The battery can die, but this battery down here that starts the van will be good. It'll never run out because it's a one-way relay. Also, the solar power charger goes into this battery back here as well. So I can run things all night and be fine. I also have a 1,000 watt power inverter with 3 plugs, and this is 1,000 watt is really good. It's a lot. Has a little push button, so it's not on all the time. You can run serious power tools off of this thing. 1,000 watts is all the power you need for pretty much anything you're gonna run. I mean, you couldn't run like 10 power drills or anything, but you can run some good stuff off there. Let's slide this back under, and let's show you the back, the fun stuff. So next up, let's talk about the back. Also, again, all reupholstered, new speakers. In here is the original jack and the original everything. It still says like Toyota on it in like that super old 80s font, which is cool. Over here is like gear oil storage. I have these drawers. These bottom drawers don't slide. They're just boxes, so you can take them all the way out and fill them up and bring them back, and those stay put. They're a funny like L shape because of the wheel wells down there. You can see this is all the stuff you need to run the van and keep it running good and take care of it. There's a long shelf in the middle, and then the fun stuff. Here's a slide out. This is actually a drawer, and this is our Pullman stove. That hooks in like that. It's pretty sweet. There is this, I'm not setting it up all the way, but that goes there to protect the flame from wind, and so you got the pull-out stove right there. Right here we have the pull-out sink. This thing's pretty neat. This is a USB rechargeable battery-powered faucet that comes out of this 6-gallon water container. You just pull the hose out, pick it up, take it outside, fill it up, put it back in. That's cool. This is a collapsible sink. You see right now how small it is. It actually gets smaller than that, but when you pull it out, if you want, you can pull it down to a pretty good deep sink. And then this, of course, is all the water you ever need. And you can open this up and it'll pour out. As you can see, it's leaking now. You could hook up a hose and have a second thing, or if you're camping and all you did was some dishes, you can take that over to the grass and just toss it out, put it back. I don't think I can collapse this with one hand, so I'll try to do this. Let's see. No, I can't. I gotta put my phone down for a second, sorry. Okay, so you can see how thin the sink actually folds down too, and that just fits right back on there when you're done with it. You have to push it down once to fit the faucet back inside. That goes away. Stove goes away, and you're good to go. This one's pretty much empty. This is where I usually keep pots and pans and things for cooking and cleaning. But that's the back, which is pretty cool. Oh, also I redid this. This thing looked terrible, so I just replaced it with wood paneling and painted the bottom there. Kind of redid this and got that going. Pretty sweet. All right, let's talk about mechanics. If you read my article about everything I fixed about this, you'll know about the auxiliary fan and the new power steering pump and the new suspension and the new brakes, but I'll just show you here, front wheel. You can hear that fan going now. These are 2000 Dodge Durango shocks, I think. I don't know, watch my video on front shocks replacement that I made for this van. But that gives it just a little bit more of a lift. I don't have the full 2-inch lift that I wanted on the front because I don't have the right tool to tighten the torsion bars. So if you have one of these and you can tighten the torsion bars, you can get a 2-inch lift and put some even bigger tires on the front here. And then, okay, so there were some, if you have this van, I had this problem when I first got it, there's some leaks that can happen sometimes. So I had leaks. You can see the old rust from the leaks. I fixed this, so don't worry about that. I had leaks that were, this entire thing here was getting wet. I also had a leak that was happening here and behind the brakes. We're all getting wet, and I'll show you where those came from. So number one, this area, this panel right here, if you have one of these vans and you have leaks in any of those places, take this panel off, and there'll be some bolts behind there for the door hinge. Those were leaking for me. The water would come down here for that. The leak behind the brakes were because these needed new sealing, so I just did some seal all on these gaskets, and now there's no leak there. And for the sides up here that I talked about, that was a leak coming from the windshield from here all the way down to here, and you can even see the new silicone right there that I put on there. So yeah, but now no leaks. It's perfect. I drove it through the winter. I drove it through rainstorms and snowstorms, and totally dry on the inside now. So that was pretty cool. I got flowable silicone is what I used to fix that. Super cheap fix. And what else? Okay, so the back tires. The front, we still have the regular tires that came with the van, but the back, I put these are, I forget what year, but these are Toyota Tacoma shocks. And these are, I don't even know, Nissan or something, 2-inch lift blocks. And I painted the springs. So this back has a nice 2-inch lift on it. You can really see the clearance there. And I got these big old 14-inch General Grabber tires. These things are awesome for off-roading. When I put this thing in 4-wheel drive, it really crawls. And you can also see that there's holes in these. You can get this studded. So actually what I have is, I have this set of tires for my summer adventures, and then I have another set of the exact same tires with the studs on them. And when I went to Yosemite this last December, I had the studded tires of this version, and I had these tires in the front with chains on them, and in 4-wheel drive low, this thing went over the mountain in the snowstorm in Yosemite into the valley. So it's fantastic in the snow. If you have never had one of these vans and you're looking at them, one thing to know is that the 4-wheel drive is really, it's a necessity thing. It's for getting you where you need to go. This is not a sport 4-wheel drive vehicle. You're not going to be like going into 4-wheel drive and jamming up at a mountain going 45 miles an hour. It's really like, it's a crawler. The 4-wheel drive low is amazing, but this is not a sport 4-wheel drive vehicle. This is a utility vehicle. So yeah, there's some like LED lights down there. I think I went over almost everything, but yeah, that's the van. So I hope if you're working on one of these, you find some fun things to do with them. They're really incredible. If I was gonna, I'm only selling it because I have to for some personal financial things that have happened to me lately. If I was gonna keep it, I would definitely work the torsion bars and get those same General Grabbers on the front, but it works great right now. And I even have 2 extra of these tires that if I wasn't going to go adventuring and I was just going to go on a regular road trip, I would actually put back on the back just to get a little bit better gas mileage. And I have those. So I actually have 4 of those tires up front and 4 of these tires in the back. And if you're someone who's looking at this video because you're thinking about maybe buying this van from me, also worth noting that I not only have those 4 extra tires, but I also have the original back seat and the original seat belts. So if you wanted to turn this into, I don't have the middle seats, but I have the original back seat, which has 4 seats in it. So if you want to turn this into a 5-seater van and go on a little family trip, this entire thing, this right here, is a piece that you can just lift up and take right out here. And I set this up on purpose because sometimes I like to take this to the hardware store and pick up, you can fit an entire sheets of plywood and drywall in this thing and close the door. So even if it's raining out, you can haul plywood. It's amazing. Full sheets of plywood. But I'll just show you in here. There's a screw right there in the wood, and there's another one on this side in the same place, and that's the only thing holding this in place. It's just nice and heavy. But if you take those screws out and take these drawers out, I can remove this entire system myself in just a couple of minutes. It's not super heavy, it's just awkward. And if you have a friend helping you, it's even easier. So yeah, that's super removable and really easy to put the original seats back in. Yeah, the only other thing about that though is that I have covered up the part of the wall where the seat belts go. So if you wanted to do that, convert that back, you would need to, I'll show you on the wall back here. There's this little section here. You can see where I've put this little extra block. So you just take this block out and the seatbelt goes there. And on this side, it would go in the same exact spot. You would just have to take this panel off, which is held in by a few screws. So I thought about that. When I was building this van, I didn't think I would be taking any trips with more people that needed seatbelts. So I just took them out and rebuilt the walls, but it wouldn't be very difficult to convert it back. So if you are thinking about converting a van in this way, and you think that you might want to keep the seatbelts bolted to the wall, you could simply create this this board right here and just cut a little thing out of it, and then the seatbelt would still be right there for you to pull out. Yeah, but the seatbelt, I mean the brackets for the seats are still right back here. I didn't take them out or anything, so could have the seat back here, and probably it'll be like a 10-minute job to remove this entire thing and put the original seat back in. So yeah, okay. Well, I rambled a lot about this van. It's been amazing to go on trips with. I really, if I could keep it, I would. And it's just great. So yeah, good stuff. If you have one of these vans and you want to watch how I did some of this stuff, mostly mechanical stuff, I have videos on this channel. I'm still uploading some of them, but yeah. Hope you liked it, and keep on cruising, y'all. Have a good day.